what handlebar mount do you use for your action camera? Specifically GoPro, I guess. Guys over at Nordic Flash sent me over some another mount, this time a handlebar mount. So let's take a peek. So how are we doing again, folks? Another video review for you. This time the handlebar mount from the guys over at Nordic Flash. Thanks, guys, for sending this over to me to do a review on. And you know what? Let's just go ahead and dig right into this puppy. So, again, another cool, awesome mount bag, at least, from the guys over at Nordic Flash. Zip mount, so it's really easy and convenient for you to store your cases. In this type, it's very similar to the handlebar mount that actually is by GoPro. Basically simple plastic components, simple thread mount screws for the actual handlebar mount itself. If I loosen this up, I loosened them up earlier when I was trying it on my bike. And of course, when I put it back in the bag, I just go ahead and screwed it back tight again. It does have, I'll show you here, where the one piece actually easily can be popped in and out. When you tighten it down, it definitely sinks in real good to the actual mount itself. This time, with this specific mount, you do get a long-handled, albeit plastic, thread screw. Wish this one was aluminum, kind of like a lot of the other things from Nordic Flash, but it is more like a standard GoPro, so nothing fancy there. In this case, it's essentially another version of the actual GoPro. That said, on the mount itself, it's hard to really pick up on. If you can see this, this is a foam rubber pad here as well as on the bottom, so it's already got some foam rubber that'll actually clamp onto the handlebar. And when we go out to the bike, I can show you that as well. So I'll also include in the packaging is something that I already have multiple of, which is just the 90-degree adjustable mount, just like the GoPro, which is, I already have 2 or 3 of these, so I haven't used this specific one, but other than the, I guess, vent holes that are put in here as well, it's exactly the same as the standard GoPro one. So I'm not going to say anything different about this specific either based on the GoPro mounts, which is why I just kept this in the Ziploc bag. I didn't actually use this specific one, but it is nice and handy, like I said, that they give it to you, because obviously if you mount this on the handlebar, you're going to be looking just tough to the side, so you're going to want to put the 90-degree on in order to get it. I just used the one that's actually in my GoPro kit, rather than, I guess, the one. It's, like I said, there's no difference between them. So what we'll do is we'll go out to the garage. I'll show you it on my bike, and we'll go from there, alright? Alright, so here we have my handlebar. I apologize for any of the wind noise we're getting, if we're getting any, and traffic outside, of course, but I'm going to do this outside. I got my GoPro here, and then, of course, the mount and everything all taken apart, ready to go on, so I'm going to set that down real quick. And move that in my pocket. And since I usually have my light on my right side of my handlebar, I usually put the camera to the left. Now, of course, depending on which way you put it, so obviously if you look at this, the thumb screw is going to be on the outside. If you'd rather have the thumb screws on the inside, then obviously you just put it towards the inside. In this case, I'll go this way, just because it's the way I have it currently. So once you get it on there, you get everything set. Obviously, because of that slot in, I was able to put the screw in just in there. And then, you know, I definitely try to get it as even as possible, so you get even pressure on both sides. And is it a windy day out or what? So, now down there in terms of pressure. And so because, I've got it down there so it's pretty on there. Because of that foam rubber pad, it's going to have a little bit of wiggle, but it's not going to come, you know, you'll be able to get this nice and tight, and that little bit of wiggle shouldn't actually really take flight at all. Then we've got the addition to the little degree turn guy that's going to go on here. In this case, I only have to do a 90, and I want to go nice and short, so I'm just going to use the smaller one that comes with it. And I think I'm going to go this way with it. And obviously, just like before, you want to, you know, set it up so you know which side that the thumb screw is. If it's on the side that you want it on, obviously it really doesn't matter. It's just whatever's comfortable to you. And now I have my GoPro in the frame mount. Obviously, if you're doing mountain biking, you're probably going to want to use the waterproof mount, but this is just for display purposes either way. And you know, if you're just doing road riding, you get different audio characteristics depending on the mount that you use. But there we go. Now, because of everything, how everything's set up, I have tilt as well as, you know, back and forth adjustment to get the right picture. And how I have it set up is so I can actually, it curves a little bit towards the center, and you get more of a center of the handlebar approach. And you know what? I'm going to get a little more of a close-up video for you. So I'm going to take you out. Sorry if this gets a little rocky. But you can see how, I mean, it's just a simple clamp mount. And then I have it roughly even, maybe a little more towards the back when I did it this time. But now it's all set for going out and doing some riding and getting some decent footage. So there we are. So just like any other handlebar mount, the Nordic Flash handlebar mount for the GoPro, or the action camera with the GoPro adapter. Nothing fancy, nothing different. To be honest, it's a handlebar mount. There are a few out there that, you know, this one's very, very, very similar to the GoPro mount. So, you know, I would price it compared to the GoPro branded one. It is made out of plastic. There are other ones out there that I've had that are made out of aluminum that I've actually also reviewed as well. That, you know, I tend to prefer the handlebar mounts that have a lot more swivel to them that are made out of aluminum, but I have never actually seen a difference in video footage, aluminum versus plastic. That said, having the rubber feet already attached to it, or the foam rubber to it, did make it nice and easy to cinch down onto my handlebar. I tended to have this one loosen up less than I've had the actual GoPro one in the past. So between this one and the GoPro branded one, I would take the Nordic Flash one just because I've had less of it loosening up on my ride. So while I can't say there's a big benefit of this one versus the GoPro branded one, I've had more luck with this one not loosening up on me. With, you know, with the GoPro one that I've had in the past, I actually eventually came down to getting some Loctite and actually putting it on the thread so it didn't loosen up over time, because I had it loosening up and loosening up and loosening up. This one, it did not. So I don't know if it was something I was doing wrong or whatever, but I haven't had this one loosen up on me yet. Not to say it won't over time, but that is the bike mount for the GoPro from Nordic Flash. So if you want to find out more information, I will post a link to their site as well as to the actual product on Amazon. You can always, of course, comment below here in the video comments and let me know what you think. If you have one of these guys, let me know as well, and let everybody else know what you think about it. That said, hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.